So, even though it's taken a very long time since I managed to reset, I finally managed to get my mastery of Team Deathmatch again. And to be honest with you all, I feel like a bit of a wizard having Gandalf on my title, so it was pretty awesome getting it for the second time. And I have to say, having it on raid makes it even better. And as you can see, I started off this game with a sniper rifle, so I wasn't actually going for it from the very start. So I thought that in this video I would do kind of a commentary about getting good at Team Deathmatch and basically having a nice streak once again, because I do play a lot of it, and I thought I would also have that gameplay running in the background for you all to see that I wasn't, camping for it, and I wasn't boosting like other people do just to get the title. I did go at it legitimately. There wasn't anything unfair about this gameplay. It was just a really good game for me from the start to finish, I have to say. It was just all in the one streak, I believe, and it was just an awesome game. And I have to say, I feel amazing about it because it's perfectly legitimate, and it's just a really good feeling having a nice streak off the bat when you weren't even going for it. So, truth be told, I wasn't actually going for the streak straight up. I just picked up a couple of guns when I was going on my sniping roll, and then I got the VSAT and the escort, and thank God the escort did not get too many kills, but it didn't get that many kills, and it allowed me to get a nice 20 gun streak, which is what the hardest one is to get when it comes to mastering Team Deathmatch. So I bet some of you are wondering what it takes to get your Gandalf title for yourself. Well, to be honest, you need to actually take a look and check quite often in your challenges. So I'll just show you guys how to do that right now. Which all you have to do is you just go into barracks, then challenges, and then you see a whole bunch of different options. You can just go into game types, then Team Deathmatch, and it'll give you a bunch of these things that have little objectives and mini rewards along the way until you get yourself the end one, which is Mastering Team Deathmatch, which has the Gandalf emblem as I'm calling it now, because it just happens to have an epic guy stroking his beard, and it's just like, yep, you have mastered this. You are now a master of Team Deathmatch, so I feel pretty awesome having that. So, to give you all some tips in how to master Team Deathmatch, all of them you can basically get by grinding it out. Well, nearly all of them. The most tough ones, I would have to say, are Superior 3 and Relentless. For some people, maybe Superstar, which is the highest KD and highest score, but I guess that might happen to you eventually if you have just a really good game, genuinely, and everyone else is getting raped on your team. So, I guess that should happen eventually at some point in Team Deathmatch. But anyway, the two tough ones being Superior 3, where you have to come in the top 3 players 50 times, which may not seem as if it's too difficult, but it's a bit more difficult for some players who aren't usually getting high scores, which is what you need to do in this game. And because it's Team Deathmatch, you can't just capture objectives the entire time in domination and get a super high score like some kids do, just flanking around the map until they get their streaks. However, you can't do that in Team Deathmatch because it's only kills. There's no objective to it except for kill the enemy, which is what it's going to help you out a lot, surprisingly, because you just need to play aggressive when it comes to Superior 3. Superior 3 isn't affected by KD, it's just your score, which means you need to get lots of kills, and your deaths don't matter when it comes to Superior 3. So I recommend that you try and go for this separately to all the other ones. If you're actually going to go for Superior 3, that you play aggressive and make the most out of very close range maps like Raid, where it's easy to come up against the enemy using an SMG. So I highly recommend that. When it comes to the Relentless though, it's a bit more tricky because Team Deathmatch, you have to only get 75 kills as a team and then the game's over. And that's assuming that your enemy team isn't good and they beat you to 75. So that doesn't give you too much of a time constraint, because your 20 kill streak as a gun streak has to be 20. That's already leaving 55 for the rest of your entire team, which doesn't make things too good. So I don't recommend playing with a full party, because if you want people to be supporting you, then they will have to be getting basically very few kills, and if you would do that, then it's probably not going to end too well. You're going to end up finishing the game too quickly if you're trying to go at it with about like 5 or so friends. So that's why I highly recommend just playing it with randoms, and mainly just maybe 1 or 2 teammates that are there in your party to help you out along the way with maybe a UAV or a counter UAV. Nothing too high, because you don't want them getting high scores, which means they're getting lots of kills. Basically, in short, you want to limit everyone else's amount of kills and make sure that yours are as high as possible when it comes to gun kills. Like I was saying before, when it comes to the 20 gun streak, it has to be just with your gun. You can't use your Hellstorm missile or Lightning Strike and get a 20 gun streak out of it. No, it's only with your weapon. You can pick up anyone else's, and I believe C4 kills count towards it, but you can't use any score streaks whatsoever. So In this game, I unfortunately was running the escort and I wasn't going for it, which was kind of lucky because the escort drone basically got like no kills. I think the second time round it got like 2 and that was it. So I basically got no kills from the escort, and I just have to say, in terms of getting a good streak, make sure that you're running non-lethals, because you don't want to have lethal kill streaks that kill the enemy, counts as a kill, which brings you one step closer to the game ending. So try and draw out the game and run non-lethal streaks. But anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this video and a couple of quick tips on how to get, Team Deathmatch Mastery, and hopefully you can all get that epic Gandalf emblem and we can all be swaggering around in Team Deathmatch with it. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Make sure that you leave a like, comment, favorite, and or subscription. It's much appreciated. I'm Ace Hawk, or Kiv, and I'm out.